baby. Let's do the Twitch. Let's
Parodies
stream
all
on Twitch.
over the place.
We have audio. Do we? I see Dark NES. Yes, we do. We have audio. All right, now we can start streaming on Dementia Radio. And now recording in 3, 2, 1.
Recorded live on Dementia Radio.
Why am I not seeing anything? Hang on. Oh, I know why. Hang on, sorry.
Recorded live on DementiaRadio.org.
There, and we'll start one more time.
Recorded live on DementiaRadio.org. It's the Funny Music Podcast. Brought to you by TheFump.com, where you can download new free comedy songs twice a week. Now, here's your hosts, Devo Spice and the great Luke Ski.
Hey, Devo Spice!
Hey, Luke Ski!
We haven't seen Ian!
I'm here, I did things!
Hi, Ian!
And Dark NES of the Gothsicles!
What's going on? I am making my yearly FuMP presence quite early, and I am over the moon to usher in the debut of comedy music industrial superstar, Mr. Eric Gottesman. What's going on, man? Can you hear me at all?
Yep, we can hear you.
Oh, yes, I hear you.
Okay, you were just so deadpan, I thought I screwed it up.
I was going to see how long I could hold that in the hand. Yeah. Then I gave up entirely because I didn't really have a good follow-up to it, and I was like, I don't know. I didn't think this through very well.
But now we're in this wonderful place, so mission accomplished.
Yeah, you're on the space couch, which is always
Well, I'm on the FuMP.
Yeah, I love that the industrial guys have these awesome backgrounds, and like I'm in my basement and shit.
Well, you know.
That's actually when we were getting started. And I was like taking forever to get my video loaded. I was like, oh God, you guys will have to look at Stephen Archer's amazing artwork at my girlfriend's house unless I do something about it. Nobody needs that. So,
my green screen's over there. I didn't feel like hooking it up.
That's okay. You're fine. So, welcome to episode 551 of the Funny Music Podcast for January 7th, 2020. Loofah's in the Outhouse. That's the name of this week's episode for no reason whatsoever.
Well, you need to wipe with something.
Yes, yeah, you gotta do something with that. Okay.
I'm a big fan of names that ask more questions than they answer. That's a big thing for me. And
Well,
Loofah's in the Outhouse, that it accomplishes that.
Yeah, so what happens, like all these other podcasts do this thing where at the end of the episode they're like, so what are we going to name this episode? And they have all the silly things that they referenced earlier in the episode. And no offense to Kyle and Luke because they do that and I love it. But I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do that before the episode, and I'm just going to pick some random shit out of the air, and that's going to be the name of the episode. And so
that just means I'm going to think of a list of my own random bizarre shit, and I'm going to mail it to you. And here's name suggestions that you can use. I'm going to do that now.
Feel free, because
wait, so are you just going to like mail him a loofah, or are you going to mail him like Outhouse?
Therein lies the question, doesn't it?
So Devo, with you randomly picking weird sentences and phrases to be the titles of each episode before it even happens, we are the 2D6 of podcasts.
We are absolutely the 2D6 of podcasts for the 3 people who got that joke. All right, let's get caught up.
3 people who are here from
The 3 of us.
574, search engine optimization.
All right, let's get caught up.
Let's get caught up with what Devo and Luke have been up to since last week. Or else Devo, if Luke bailed and didn't show up.
Hey!
What?
Oh, he's right.
So, Luke, what you been up to?
Well, New Year's Eve happened, which means 2020 is over, and man, thank God 2020 is over. All that weirdness and anxiety and divisiveness of the country, it's all gone.
Well,
nothing bad is going to happen ever again.
To be fair,
2021 is here.
To be fair, 2020 doesn't officially end until January 20th at noon. So
yes, true. I agree.
Yeah, today is just December 38th.
Yes.
So yeah, did some eavesdriving per usual. Did some art here and there. Earlier today I played I got on a Zoom on my iPad with Josh and Alexan, and I played Fortnite with the two of them. They basically, it was pretty much okay. Well, we're on one of Alexan's islands that she created, and so it's like, okay, the game starts. Let's see how long it goes before either Josh or Alexan kill me as the Mandalorian, and then wait out the rest of the time until one of them kills each other. But at least I was able to figure out, some functionality this time around trying out the game. I just was never able to get any of the good weapons before I would get killed. I only managed to kill one of the people once. It was Alexan playing as the pancake guy. So, but it was fun. Spent about an hour doing that earlier today. Yeah, not too much else happened this week other than me trying to motivate myself to work on things and failing, especially in when it's like, oh, I better turn on the news because literal history is happening. So yeah,
I'm so tired of living in interesting times.
Yeah, the way you said that made it sound like a good thing, which is
yeah, not the fun kind of history.
Yeah.
Like, whatever the equivalent is of, history books for grade schools 50 years from now, they're all going to have a picture of that dude holding the friggin', pedestal.
The dude in the Viking hat with the face paint. Yeah, that's going to be in history books. That's going to be wonderful.
Like,
he's a part of the Loyal Order of Water Buffalo. He's clearly a Flintstones fan.
I was talking about this on Facebook yesterday. I live in San Francisco, and there's a guy who used to come to all the goth clubs in San Francisco, dressed like that, to every club. It was one of those people, these nightclubs, everybody kind of knows each other. It's always the same people. You talk to people every week, everybody knows each other. But there's always a couple of these complete weirdos that never speak to anybody, who are usually wearing just the most utterly outlandish things. And I saw this guy, and I kept on thinking, he looks weirdly familiar, and I was briefly worried that I might have known him.
No.
It's not the guy. The actual guy that I'm thinking of is he's got to be 60 by now. It's not the same guy. But yeah, same outfit every week. Just show up at goth clubs and vibrate on the speakers.
Yeah, we all have them.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, I did the New Year's thing as well, and unlike previous years, I did not play Mario Kart on New Year's Eve this year. Instead, I played Paper Mario: The Origami King for most of the night, and so I've been playing that. And I was like, I looked down as 12:05, and I'm like, oh shit, Happy New Year, and then went right back to my boss fight. So that was my New Year's. I did manage to switch over. I stopped playing and switched over to the Psychostick live stream, just in time for them to start counting down to the New Year in the Central Time Zone. So that was fun.
I haven't thought about that band in ages.
Oh, they're doing weekly shows online, and they're doing amazing. Weekly.
Every Thursday.
Wow.
Every Thursday.
They do a new show every Thursday. They finished season 1, and season 2 starts in February.
Yeah. In fact, we have a blurb about the news.
So while we're speaking about video games, another thing that happened this week is I finally completed and beat the final boss Bowser battle in Super Mario Odyssey.
Nice. I still haven't done that.
Wait, it's 2021. You're just finishing Mario Odyssey?
I haven't even finished Mario Odyssey. I got it when it came out, and I played it for a little bit, and then I was playing 800 other things.
Brian, what am I doing for this podcast? What have you gotten me into here?
I finished Odyssey a while ago.
I'm playing Immortals Phoenix Rising right now. So
I'm
my
currently
backlog is enormous.
I'm currently trying to 100% Mario Odyssey, and I'm struggling with some of these levels that are just insane. But yeah.
The one thing in Mario Odyssey that got me stuck that actually caused me to eventually stop playing it, I wasn't necessarily going to 100% it, but there was that there was a fire level involving Yoshi, which you'll immediately know what I'm talking about if you've gotten there. I think you're either playing as Yoshi, or it's when you grab the egg where you're going to get him. And I must have iterated through that hundreds of times over the course of a couple of hours, and I did that over and over again for 2 months. And eventually I was like, I don't know why I'm doing this.
It's
I think I know the level you're talking about, and I think I beat it. But the level that I'm stuck at is one of those racing levels where you're on the scooter and you're going through and you have to jump at just the right time, and like they give you hit a timer, and then there's the bridge that you go across, and they give you like just barely enough time to make it across. And, there's a couple of those like timed race levels that I'm stuck on, and I can't do them.
You know, the experience of playing that game is like, it's one of the most, playing it without trying to 100% it is one of like the most perfect video gaming experiences of my life. Like that, the Donkey Kong level with the city,
Yes.
All that's, I mean, it's so great. But then trying to actually 100% it and realizing that like they tuned it so that somebody who was way more hardcore about this crap than I could ever hope to be was going to care about it. I was just like, no, I've hit my limit.
I haven't played it in a while. I've been playing other things. As I said, I got Paper Mario, the Origami King, for Christmas.
I actually got Paper Mario for my birthday, and I haven't even cracked the plastic on it yet.
It's a good game. It's the battle system is a little repetitive, but it's a good game. I am enjoying it quite a bit. So, Ian, what have you been up to besides not playing Origami King?
Well, I mean, everybody's talking about New Year's, so I turned 42.
Ooh.
Because my birthday's January 1st, so yay.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, I have become the answer to life, the universe, and everything.
Hey.
And people ask me, what is the answer, and what is the knowledge that you possess? And I went, well, I'm just gassy mostly. I can't really, nothing else there. I'm playing way too many games and doing all the videos and trying to maintain sanity, which as a person named Insane Ian is kind of futile. But sure, yeah, that's holidays and family and birthdays and getting older and failing health and yay things and stuff.
Yes, getting old sucks. Trust me, I know.
I released an EP, but we'll talk about that later.
We will.
I'm really disappointed about the fact that getting old hasn't come along with like just immediately being able to grow like a ridiculous giant braid. Just shoots straight out of my chin.
I probably could if I let it grow, but I trim it short because it gets really itchy if I let it grow too long.
I've had mine get to about here and I had to stop when it gets to about this level, and I go, yeah, I'm tasting my face. I just want to get this all.
That beard chart where it's like wizard, and then if you get it really long, it's ultra wizard.
Yeah,
I want instantaneous ultra wizard.
I look like Gandalf's tax accountant. I don't need to do that.
So
I'm immediately putting together a million like Lord of the Rings tax jokes in my head that are like, things that will appeal to the smallest audience possible.
Hey,
that's our audience.
Yep.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Luke did a joke that 3 people get, and 3 of them are on this podcast. So, Brian and Eric, what have you guys been up to?
There
Oh, Kitty.
Oh, hey, what's up, Kim? So much, like nonstop. New Year's already feels like 8,000 years ago, but we did this like kind of video tour party thing called Eschaton, and it was great. And I recommend you check it out because there was this after party, and it's a Zoom meeting, but it's like themed. There's like rooms you can go into.
I like the idea that you had an after party to the Zoom meeting.
It was like right. I was like, I don't know what this is gonna be, but it was cool. And there's this guy, and his name on Zoom is Neil Harris. I'm like, what? And he'll show up every now and then, and super strong jawline, big hoodie, and we're like, I think that's him, Neil Patrick Harris. Showed up in a Zoom meeting we were in. It was the craziest thing.
Wait, was it actually him?
It was actually Doogie Howser, dude.
That's pretty amazing.
We're just like, what? So much going on. I'm up to 3 podcasts now. Space Couch, Industrial Nerds, and Otterbat Super Chat. tomorrow, in a UK industrial band called Inertia drops a single. We have a remix on that. FuMPCast exclusive. I just got the video for an upcoming, like a music video that we did for an upcoming project called Crudmouth, which is me and Corey from Volt 9000 pretending that we're like Mudhoney. Like we didn't go industrial. We went full like 90s grunge on it. And it kind of works. It's weird, but like that was fighting against some instincts. The new Gothsicles album is gone to I've got the masters in. It's going to be out real soon. First full length in 5 years is done, and you'll hear all about that once it gets going. And yeah, just remixing a couple bands right now, sort of nonstop side projects. I'll be just releasing a ton of music this year.
You just have like nonstop side projects. You're like you do all the side projects.
His next side project is called Nonstop Side Project.
Side techno pop music nonstop. But we will. This almost turned into something of a side project, but I'll let Eric explain that.
Kind of, sort of a side project, I guess.
Yeah.
I kind of like the idea that we could go on like doing just an indefinite number of songs about Facebook posts on Ben Koch's wall, like, and just base everything on that. Have that.
Well, and we can get into the origins of the song, but I wanna toss it to you, Eric, so you can if you want to plug any projects or whatever you're working on.
Yeah, I actually do have something to plug, which is kind of a rarity for me because I am not particularly prolific, as as everybody knows, because I am so very famous. I do a lot of live stuff with a lot of industrial bands, but I don't actually record and release music very often. My band, Everything Goes Cold, we haven't put out an album since 2014 now. We had if any of you are familiar with the Electronic Saviors project, we had a new track on one of those. Was that last year?
Yeah.
Was it last year or was it? I don't know. Well, whatever.
Well, oh gosh, my sense of time is just.
Yeah.
I mean, it was I think 2019 in human years. In COVID years, it was BC.
Yeah, it was
9,000 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah. But aside from this thing that I did with Brian, that I guess we're about to talk about, featuring the gentleman behind me, I recently did do a couple of acoustic tracks with my friend Jamie, also from Everything Goes Cold, and we did it as sort of like a tribute project of sorts to Terminus Festival, which is an industrial music festival that happens in Calgary every year. Normally, obviously, it didn't happen this past year, and the guys who run the festival also own the venue. We really like the venue. We really like them, so we did this thing and have been donating proceeds to them. And pardon me, it's basically we took two kind of popular industrial music tracks and redid them as like acoustic folky kind of things, which which is something that that actually I used to do in the comedy music project that I was doing when Brian and I first met back 20 some years ago when I was in college. But we did these ones kind of we did them sort of seriously. One of them is like a very melodramatic synth pop track by a band called Kite. We did a song called Dance Again. But then the other one is a Frontline Assembly track, which was intended to be funny. And it's funny if you know the original track, but if you don't and you listen to it, it comes off pretty straight, which I think makes it funnier personally. So hopefully other people are taking it that way. But yeah, that's it. It's at my band's. It's on my band's Bandcamp, which is Everything Goes Cold. So everythinggoescold.bandcamp.com. The newest release is called the Terminus Isolation Tracks. And we hit a bunch of the bestsellers for Bandcamp and stuff. We made a bunch of their charts. So that was cool.
Cool, nice.
And other than that, I've been sitting in stony silence, just with my hands on my knees, staring straight ahead and waiting. Cats have been peeing on me. It's been pretty gross. And
marking its territory.
I was about to say I haven't eaten any waffles. I guess I did. Wait, have you actually made anything waffles? Yeah.
I made waffles.
Well, keep us up to date on those waffles, man.
Well, I don't know. Ian had the waffles, and I was like, apparently it's waffle time. So
It's relevant. It's completely relevant.
Yeah.
it seems relevant.
Because we'll find out later.
So give us a quick introduction to this song, and we'll give it a listen.
Yeah. Why don't you? Because all my window on it is Eric going, let's do a thing with an insanely long title, and I didn't know what it was, and I said yes.
So we got this friend, Ben Koch, from a band called the Sweat Boys, another industrial band. And
We're great. You might really dig them. They have like 8,000 dudes on stage just work out during their live set.
yeah, it's,
Are they gonna do anything? Like, no, they just like lift weights and do jumping jacks and shit.
The industrial version of the dancing guy in Mighty Mighty Bosstones.
Totally.
yeah. I mean, the funny thing is, there's like they're not the only industrial band doing shit like that right now, which is hilarious to me. There's a band called Diesel Dudes, which is basically, it's sort of similar, except it's the lead singer doing that, and also the man is gigantic. He's completely out of shape, and he wears the worst conceivable clothing on stage that usually falls off. It's yeah, and it is not a joke band, I should also add.
This guy.
Oh, anyway, yeah. So Ben posted this thing a while ago. This must have been back in, I don't know, July or something, a while back. He says something about, like, you know, people putting forth a bunch of stupid COVID conspiracy theories and how, you know, nobody's going to solve it. Not a billionaire, not your fucking proctologist, not, you know, some random kid with Ebola, not the Mothman. And he lists all of these very specific people that are not going to solve the COVID crisis. And I'm sort of like, maybe none of those individuals are, but, you know, if we put all of them together, maybe they could. And so I sidebar him and I'm like, listen, man, now that we've come up with this idea about this billionaire proctologist Mothman with Ebola, who's going to solve the COVID crisis, we got to do a song about it. And he was sort of like, I don't know if I got time for that. And I was like, you know who I'll bet does have time for that? It's fucking Brian Graupner.
So yeah.
So we messaged Brian about it, and Ben wound up completely, like, he didn't get it together. He's like didn't wind up on it at all. Like, kept on doing stuff, and honestly, Brian did most of it. I had, like, I think you like sent some music, and then I just like recorded that chorus, and I think that's all I wound up doing. I intended to do more.
You can actually hold a note, so the chorus just really shines on that track after my banshee screaming. But it's
yes, that's true.
It's a lot of me just doing total Gothsicle, like, way caffeinated beats and squawking about a very specific premise, but years in dementia gave me those chops as to we can go super deep on a very specific topic, but you guys know how that works.
Yeah, I it's the first song I've been involved with that uses the word proboscis, which is honestly a little surprising. So
all
right, let's give it a listen, then you can blab about it some more. Here is The Agony of a Year Without End, Billionaire Proctologist Mothman with Ebola by the Gothsicles.
West Virginia.
You guys all missed it. Brian was doing one contiguous backspin for literally the entire song.
So dizzy.
Yeah, it seems that way.
So I call movie rights on this song. I want to make this a sci-fi movie of the week.
Well, we have wonderful cover art behind Mr. Gottesman's head here that turned out dope. But yeah, maybe we can use that for the sci-fi movie of the week with like Van Damme or somebody like that. That'd be awesome.
Stitchmine, the guy who did the artwork, does sometimes do like physical objects reflective of his various characters, and I feel like this might be a good opportunity for that. So,
Okay, very cool.
Yeah, I didn't notice until after I'd approved the artwork and it was already like solid and we'd posted it, that the the fingers, which you can kind of, let me see if I can, the fingers of the Mothman are definitely indicative of the fact that he's a proctologist, and I didn't really put that together.
Really? It's
yeah.
Well, it's there now.
Yeah, it's so now that's
definitely
something that
look lubed.
There we go.
Well, that costs extra, but it's totally worth it.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. No, I really enjoyed this song. This is a neat one.
I feel like this would be a hilariously awkward podcast if we'd finished that and you were like, I did not care for that, and I did.
Yeah, the song sucked. It was boring,
Super subpar. I mean, put that in the bin with the other Billionaire Proctologist Mothman songs.
I know,
Why
right?
did we have that on the main page? Ah!
I feel like we've got other funny stories about things that happened with the creation of this song. I can't.
Well, it came together rather quickly, and
It did. I was we mentioned it, and then 6 hours later you had the core loop already done, and I was like, Jesus.
Yeah, well, I've got my craft pretty honed for certain things. Plus, the opportunity to work with the great Eric Gottesman.
We haven't. I think the last song we did together was probably that cover of Danger High Voltage that was a bonus from my first album from 2000.
The Electric Six, who you may remember with the comedy smash Gay Bar years back, did another great song called High Voltage. I take the woman role on that, and Eric knocks it out of the park on that one as well. So check out.
That's hard to find. That was a bonus.
Yeah, you had to win a video game to get the code to get.
No. That was Sequel and Slash you're thinking of.
I got your various comedic incarnations mixed up, but if you got the chops, we'll send you out into the an internet journey Information Society.
High Voltage is the only Electric Six song I knew for a very long time. I had never even heard Gay Bar. And then somebody, when I was doing the Grand Theft Audio album, somebody asked me to cover Synthesizer by Electric Six.
Oh, nice.
Fantastic song.
I did an acoustic cover of Synthesizer.
Very cool.
Because why not?
There's a 2 albums after that, Switzerland. There's a song called I Buy the Drugs, which I think is actually the funniest thing they've ever done. And it's just an incredible song. They're a really solid band. If you ever had the opportunity to see them live too.
We opened for them in Chicago. It was awesome.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
That was really crazy because there was a lot of people there. I'm like, I don't think you're here for us, but you got to sit through half an hour of our set.
That's always the best.
Yeah.
So how did that go? I feel like there's both of us have been in bands over the course of our careers that are extremely inaccessible. Yeah. And I think a lot of people probably would find the Gothsicles inaccessible. So I'm curious.
It happens. Well, I mean, in a way more so, because we'll do these bizarre industrial shows where I'm like, 30 guys in Contra and ours and stuff. Stay tuned for Funker Folk or something this super over the top aggro band, and it's kind of the shift. But for Electric Six, it was everyone was there to sort of get weird, and they were in it with us. And we opened for last year or the year before. Get this, Green Jelly. That was
Yes.
crazy.
That sounds like a great.
I tried
it was-
opening for them a couple of times. I'm
Oh,
determined to
nice.
do it at some point.
It was this metal audience, and I'm like, I don't know, but here we go. And like the same thing. It was musically not anybody that would put us on, but definitely on our wavelength. Like
Yeah.
you know how you catch little things when you're up on the stage and you just like someone every now and then in the audience somebody says something that just reaches your ears for some reason. I just heard this guy turn to his girlfriend and go, "I like these guys," and I was like, "Okay, sweet."
I had a similar thing happen when Worm Quartet released Faster Than a Speeding Mullet. Shoebox invited me to perform with him at the CD release show in Ithaca, and it was at a punk bar, and there were hardcore punks here. I'm talking people with like chicken bones through their noses, you know, type punks. And I'm going up on stage doing comedy rap with a puppet doing a song about dead rappers, and I'm like, these people are going to eat me alive. And you know what? They loved it.
Yeah, it's cool.
Are you're in Ithaca?
No, I'm in New Jersey, but
okay.
Shoebox is in Rochester, so he did this show in Ithaca years ago.
I have we've got a buddy in Ithaca who is like sort of, I think of as being like one of the first people that I would talk to about comedy music, even though it's not something he's known for.
Mhm.
Just the guy from Seeming, Alex Reed, who's sort
Oh
of like,
yeah.
yeah, which actually, Brian, I don't even know if you know this, but when I was doing my more comedy oriented band back when I was in college, we did like the first stupid acoustic thing we did was we did an acoustic cover of this really like overplayed industrial track called Headhunter. And this is, early days of the internet. This other band in Ithaca did the same thing at the exact same time.
It just happened to be like,
Identical concept, released it at the exact same time.
oh, that's
And everything was out for like 6 months before we found each other. I was convinced they were going to be super mad at us. They weren't. Like everything was fine.
that's-
But,
seems to happen that way with like just, of all the what? Oh,
Yeah, I know.
That's Hollywood releasing Deep Impact and Armageddon.
Armageddon, yeah,
Thank you. Couldn't think. Of
and 35 movies about
Ants and a bug
penguins.
life.
Yep. I mean, examples after examples, but yeah, it's the Ithaca part that I think gets me in that story. But yes, you can catch Alex Reed on a few episodes back of my show Space Couch that I do. Got to plug in there. This Sunday we are with Jim Marcus of Go Fight Everything, or Go not Everything's Called. That's you.
Go Fight and Be Vortsow.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Who used to tour with a band called 9 Inch Nails. I don't know what happened to them. Some obscure.
Disappeared in the goddamn
They
ether. Nobody ever-
disappeared. Yeah, I never.
One guy from it did the score of the that Facebook movie.
Okay. Oh, right. Cool.
So are you guys planning to do more songs together, or just when more weird shit like this happens?
We're never speaking again after this.
You're witnessing the breakup of the Everything Goes Cold versus the Gothsicles.
Yes, I'm suddenly mad at you for no reason. Fuck off.
Right, yeah.
So
well,
Everything
so-
goes Gothsicles.
Is it everything goes goth, or goth
Everything
goes cold, or goth?
Gothsicles goes cold.
It's just gonna turn into another one of
Kitty.
those, comedy industrial beefs that
Right,
are so
right,
pre-
yeah, there's-
prevalent.
Well-known comedy industrial.
Well-known.
Oh, that old chestnut.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you've played in the Gothsicles at the aforementioned Terminus and
Yeah, yep.
stuff like that. We've worked together
Good
a
show.
bunch. If you want to do, more tracks, I'm always down.
Just have to wait for Ben Koch to say something.
Yeah, check out the Sweat Boys. They're wonderful from La Crosse, Wisconsin. So we're going old school. Where Luke and I are from, not from La Crosse specifically, but Wisconsin. You can tell I'm from there because I say Wisconsin. And the
If you
yeah.
need to go somewhere, make sure you take your bag with you.
I can also tell from that one of my favorite Gothsicle songs, Mindflux Funerals, be $100.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was in Waukesha where I got a speeding ticket listening to Mindfuck's funeral, so I blamed it on that particular band. But yes, there's certainly potential for it. Always happy to contribute to the FuMP as well. So we'll see what comes down that Mario pipe, man.
Cool. So is there anything else you guys want to talk about, or anything you want to plug?
Oh, so much. I was really hard, and I took off the comedy hat for a project called Gasoline Invertebrate, where I try to sound like a tough guy. I know this is not the venue to plug the serious stuff, but it does speak to maybe something of an instinct you guys have, where it's just like, I keep on wanting to throw in dick jokes in these lyrics, and I can't do it on this side project.
Hey, nothing's stopping you. There's no law.
There's no law. There's no law. It was just like, let's really just try to do it once. And it was like, I know this rhymes with cock, and I'm just not gonna do it. But it's out. Check out gasolineinvertebrate.com. Damage Over Time is the name of the album. The Hurt More and Heal More EPs are also out. Dragon Warrior references. Yeah, I went there. I'm not playing.
Shilling for my employer. I'm into it.
What's that?
Just shilling for my employer. I'm into it.
Who are you working for right now?
I work for Square Enix.
That's so dope. Eric brought us the DC Superheroes mobile app game, and I don't know if
that is also entirely me. Nobody else worked on it. I actually created all those characters, like Batman and Superman.
That reminds me, my Dr. Fate coffee mug is probably full now. But I don't know if you can talk about what you're working on in video game world, or
I kind of can. I work for I work specifically for Crystal Dynamics, which is a Square Enix studio. They are famous for the Tomb Raider franchise, but
never heard of it.
Yeah,
Gex back in the day.
Also Gex, also Soul Reaver. But yeah, we put out the Avengers this past year, which is another thing that, much like Nine Inch Nails, nobody's ever heard of. But yeah, I got to do a little bit of work on that, and yeah, I can't really say anything in any more detail without breaking all sorts of NDAs. But
right? Yeah.
Sure.
That's good enough, David. That is merch from our game.
Very cool.
Switch over to Luke.
Yeah, I was actually, I was on like a very quick like COVID run through Target, and they put out like a ton of merch for these things. They don't tell us everything, and I didn't realize we had action figures for the game. Yeah, and I was just like passing through the action figure thing, and I was looking like, and I glance over and I'm like, oh hey, that looks just like our Avengers logo. Wait a minute, that is our Avengers logo. So I was very excited about that. But yeah, other than that, I'm actually in Canada right now. But when I'm back where I normally am in the San Francisco area, I've been doing a weekly Twitch stream with my roommate, who is a long-standing San Francisco DJ favorite. And that's, you can find her on Twitch at DJ Star Noir. It's funny when I'm there. I don't know how funny she is without me. She tries. By the way, I keep on, my girlfriend Kim keeps passing me different bottles of alcohol to open that are all stuck. So this is like,
oh man, multitasking.
Yeah, there's a lot of multitasking.
He's the real superhero in this story.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm bothering cats. I'm opening liquor bottles. It's a whole situation. I think I'm out of things to plug. I think that's all I got.
All right.
I guess the last thing to plug was my beginning of the pandemic project, where I made a cloud automation tool for Jamulus, which is a remote music collaboration platform. So I didn't make Jamulus, but I made something that automatically spins up a Jamulus server in the Amazon cloud, which cool, man. So if anybody wants to check that out, you can look up Jamulus Builder on GitHub and find that.
Nice.
I'm totally out of things to plug. That's all I got.
One more. I run a record label now, Tiger Squawk Records. It's no fight 'em, but it's pretty great. Check out Tiger Squawk Records on Facebook.
All right, cool. So we're going to move on to the news and stuff. You guys are welcome to stick around. You're welcome to take off if you got better things to do.
Luke has deeply offended me, so I'm going to go.
Okay.
Fuck you, man.
I do that.
I actually am going to go, but thank you guys very much for having me. It was great to be here. Great meeting you all.
Thanks for coming on, man.
Your totally sweet Mario background, and I've been like sitting there like inching through, like trying to decide what games I think are behind you this entire time.
That Mario 2 drawing is
Dreamcast and the
actually
N64.
that Mario 2 drawing is actually a print from a friend of ours, TV's Kyle, who is also a comedy musician, but also created the show Mighty Magiswords that Luke worked on, and that's a Mighty Magiswords drawing behind Luke. But yeah, this is one of Kyle's prints that I have framed behind me that he did for a Mario 2 show in LA.
I love the principle. There was a show entirely about Mario 2. There's another cat that wants to steal.
Yeah, was it called Q-Pop? Is that what it's called?
Q-Pop, yeah.
Yeah, it was at Q-Pop in LA, and there was a bunch of different artists that did different variations on Mario 2. And
that's awesome.
Yeah, I think it was Mario 2. It may have just been just general Mario, and he did Mario 2, but I like to think it was all Mario 2. And
Mario 2 is such an anomaly. It's such a historical oddity and a product of its time in all the best possible ways.
I don't understand how the villain Wart never got included in like anything else after that.
Because in the end of the game,
it's a dream.
But it didn't really happen.
Yeah, but the Shy Guys are in other stuff, and the Bob-ombs are in other stuff. It's like there's aspects of Mario 2 that went into further games. So
I think of Mario 2 the way that I think of Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening. It's not exactly not canonical, but I feel like you need to like think of it as a side.
Yeah, we never see the villain from Mario Land anymore either. So
that would be a Hyrule side project, everybody.
Yeah.
Right back in, bing.
So the new Gothsicles album, Hyrule Side Project, will be coming out soon.
Right.
We don't see the villain from the first two Mario Lands, but we certainly see the one from Mario Land 3 all the fucking time.
Because he took over and turned it into his franchise.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Wario!
Friend of mine does a lot of like sort of nude and semi-nude cosplay stuff. She's she's like a sexy cosplay model.
Mm-hmm.
And she does an April Fool's Day special every year, and she did Sexy Waluigi a couple of years ago.
Nice.
I actually do not even need to say her name. You can just look that up and you will find her.
All right.
Because it turns out not a lot of people do Sexy Waluigi. So there you go.
Go figure.
Right. Well, thank you for joining us, guys.
Thank you.
And
all right, I'll see you guys later.
If you guys decide to do more stuff, we look forward to it.
I might. Stuff is...
non-stop.
This is the FuMP.
Anthony Fauci notified me I shouldn't decorate cause my positivity. So the Christmas tree and the manger scene with the baby cage.
Baby cage?
The baby's kinda brown, so we put it in a cage.
Pants around the ankles. Down, please. Pants around the fly.
Another one rides the bus. Another one rides the bus, and another comes on, and another comes on, another one rides the bus.
That's the Funny Music Project at thefump.com. THEFUMP.com.
Rubber clothes from head to toes, and no one will come near. Have a COVID lockdown Christmas. Stay inside all locked up tight. Don't you roam outside your home. The folks outside ain't bright.
Time for funny music news. Something.
In the news, Carla Ulbrich's album Live from Outer Space wins the Best Comedy Novelty Album from the Just Plain Folks Awards. Now, this is kind of huge because it is the 2020 Just Plain Folks Awards, but they got, throughout not just the comedy, but for all the categories, over 17,000 submissions, and they listened to them all. And it took them years to get through it, and in the comedy category, Carla won. So huge congratulations to Carla Ulbrich for that.
That's awesome.
Tenacious D and YETI are doing an auction for Crew Nation. As they say, the D have teamed up with YETI to help out road crews hit hard by the pandemic. JB and KG have customized a one-of-a-kind cooler that's up for auction to raise funds for Crew Nation, a global relief fund for live music crews. Head over to the link below to enter the auction and make a donation to Crew Nation. The auction is 32auctions.com/1fortheroadies2. That's 32auctions.com/1fortheroadies2. The FuMP Best of 2020 compilation is now available. This is the FuMP presents our best comedy songs of 2020 as chosen by the artists in no particular order. And this year it goes up to 11 because we couldn't decide between two songs, so we said screw it, we're including both of them. This is a free digital download over at the store on thefump.com, so head on over and pick it up. Power Salad's album Vaudeville is now available on 8-track. Yes, 8-track. Individually wrapped in custom slipcases with a pic of Chris on one side and a pic of Craig on the other, with the spine printing on the case and tapes and full color front and back labeling, and he has exactly 10 of them. Well, 8, assuming Craig and Chris each keep one, and I know for a fact that one of them has already been sold, so there are 7 left. If you want Vaudeville on 8-track, go to powersalad.bandcamp.com. Reminder, my Devo Spice Top 50 poll is still going on. You can go to tiny.cc/DevoSpice50 to cast your votes, and I realized I forgot to put in my new songs that weren't on an album yet, so oh well. I can't start over now. We mentioned Psychostick earlier in the show. I wanted to mention their New Year's Eve concert raised over $15,000 on that one show. Half of that money goes to charity, and to date they have raised over $50,000 for various charities with their streaming concerts. So huge congratulations to Psychostick. And Insane Ian has a new EP available. It was released on the 1st. The EP is called The Sex Training EP. Features 2 songs that he's selling for $2. Ian, tell us all about it.
Well, it's a Ninja Sex Party inspired EP. It's actually 3 songs. There is a 3rd hidden track on there that explains why it's called the Sex Training EP.
Okay.
I produced a Ninja Sex Party tribute album last year and got the funding to do so from Indiegogo. We were raising funds so that we could pay the licensing fees to cover the songs for the tribute album. And one of the higher tier rewards for the fundraiser on Indiegogo was an exclusive EP from me. And that was this 3-song EP of tracks inspired by and by Ninja Sex Party. And that went out to the people who backed the project at that level, and then I released it to everyone else on my birthday this year.
Cool. All right, that is all the news I have. Luke, you got anything else?
Oh, yes, indeedy.
Settle in, folks.
Settle in because I'm going to be reading a thing to you that is, and not super lengthy, but it's stuff. MarsCon 2021 is switching to online. Please join us for a weekend of virtual panel discussions, demos, gaming, cosplay, art, science, specialty vendors, watch parties, music, and camaraderie. You can join from the safety of your internet access device for a virtual rendition of MarsCon. The virtual 2021 convention will be free, with paid memberships rolling over to MarsCon 2022, meaning if you already bought a badge for MarsCon 2021, they're going to roll that over to MarsCon 2022, and the convention is free for everybody. And that convention, of course, will be held at the Airport Hilton in Bloomington, Minnesota, March 11th through 13th, 2022. Watch the MarsCon website, which is marscon.org, for a virtual programming schedule with event titles, descriptions, presenters, and sign up to be posted. MarsCon has ongoing expenses, so if you can afford it, please consider clicking over to the MarsCon online store and sending a donation. Programming and events at MarsCon. One of the cooler things about planning virtual programming is that geographical limits no longer exist. Presenters, performers, and attendees can join from nearly everywhere, and we're hoping to see folks from far and wide. Programming will feature artist guest of honor John Sloan and music guest of honor Robbie Ellis. Also making her MarsCon debut, comedy musical artist Amy Engelhart, as well as these usual suspects in the MarsCon comedy music track: Beth Kinderman, Devo Spice, Il Neige, Insane Ian, The Great Sea, I said the great Luke Ski, Ian. Very important.
Yeah.
And the most important of all, TV's Kyle and Lindzilla. Yay! Much more about the comedy music track can be found at marsconcomedy.com. We are hoping to invite as many former guests and past MarsCon programming contributors as we can reach to join in the fun. Please help by sharing your ideas for programming with us, talks you'd like to hear or give, presenters, performers you would recommend, subjects or activities of interest to you and other fans. Add your ideas to the list on the programming suggestions page, which is again at marscon.org. We also plan to have a virtual art show and a virtual dealer's room. More information will be coming soon. The great dumpster fire that was 2020 is not yet quite extinguished. If you are one of the fortunate, financially secure ones, MarsCon urges you to support several worthy causes. Read about them at the charity auction page, which is again at marscon.org. Thanks to all for supporting our greater community. So there we have it, folks. It has been officially determined and announced. MarsCon this year will be a virtual event. I will be putting together a Friday night, Saturday afternoon, and Sunday afternoon set of comedy music concerts and other forms of content, just like I do every year. And I'm probably going to keep it happening at the same time that it would be happening in the central time zone, just to kind of keep it consistent to like all the other people who usually were tuning in virtually to watch our concerts and stuff anyway. So yeah, and one other thing, I'll tease this a little bit. I was talking with Stephanie, who's been around, going to MarsCon with me since it started, and we were brainstorming on ideas of potential programming, like guests we could try to invite to, do like Q&As with over Zoom and stuff. So I reached out to at least one person thus far who has said that that they're interested. Because they have a product they can plug, which is fortunate. So, well, okay, I should rephrase that. They didn't say it that way. I asked them to do the thing, and they said yes. And just as a side bonus thing, they happen to have a thing that they can plug. So it makes it'll probably kind of focus around that thing. So, so yeah, that's the dealio. So, I should also mention that I've listened to the concerts for MarsCon 2020 and sent the sound files to Byron, so whenever he has the time, he's going to edit together the fundraiser, because yes, there is still at least a little bit of fundraising that needs to happen for the comedy music track, because there is at least one specific expense that needs to be taken care of. So whenever that gets done, I'm hoping it'll get done within the coming week or so. It'd be nice if I could announce it next Thursday, but we'll see. Anyway, that's the big thing. MarsCon 2021 virtual. Nobody has to die. Yay!
Yay!
Because Ian knows better than anyone, MarsCon can be hazardous to your health.
Yes.
To be fair, FuMPFest can be pretty hazardous to your health too.
Yeah, my health and storms.
And storms, yes. All right, tour dates on Fridays on YouTube. Carla Ulbrich. Is the Escape from the Secret Lab show happening still, or is that on a break for season 2? I don't recall.
I hadn't heard, so I don't know.
I know it's moved to Sundays, but I don't know if it's actually happening like this Sunday or not. But and then coming up on the 8th, which is tomorrow night, Friday, on this online, Phil Johnson and Roadside Attraction.
Woo!
Can I get a what?
So Ian,
me?
You posted a song. Give us a quick intro. We'll give it a listen.
So yeah, this is from that aforementioned NSP inspired EP that I put out. This is a song that is actually a rejected song title of Ninja Sex Parties that I turned into an actual thing. So here's that thing that I did with their stuff.
Here is I Bet I Can Eat More Waffles Than You by Insane Ian.
Rise and shine, beautiful. I've got a big day planned. Good morning, gorgeous. Hope you enjoyed the coitus that we shared in my bed. Yeah! All last night, you know it was awesome. Get up and get dressed because you're so very so naked. We can have some breakfast, cause now it is time for you and me to go compete, and then we'll eat all we can eat. I bet I can eat more waffles than you, so get hickey, cause it's time for you and me to get sticky. I bet I can eat more waffles than you, so let the contest begin. Waffles are my favorite food, and there's no way you'll win. Won't listen to pancake chatter, they're like waffles, but they're flatter. And they both use the same batter, but to me that doesn't matter. Waffle carbs give staying power. Unlike last night, I'll last for hours. Eggs and milk, sugar, flour, builds a tasty Eiffel Tower. Add the syrup, melt the butter. Stickiness makes my heart flutter. Get your mind out of the gutter. Oh wait, you've started? I gotta catch up. 1 waffle down. 2 waffles down. 3. Oh God, why'd they have to be Belgian? I bet I can... Waffles and you. Just give me another shot. I can't believe I've only had 2. This is tougher than I thought. Oh God!
Oops, sorry, clicked the wrong thing. So yeah, we're starting the show over. Welcome to.
Yay!
So Ian, I don't know what you were trying to do, but I was showing that artwork on the screen while the song was playing. So
I was trying to have it be behind me, but because I don't have the green screen set up, it became my face.
It was like your face. I mean, you looked like that pizza monster from House 4.
Yeah, that's very apt.
Deep Cut, if anyone knows that movie.
Yes.
Pizza Monster, played by Kane Hodder, by the way, who was Jason in several of the Friday the 13th movies. But anyway, you did a song about waffles. So
wow, you did a song.
I had no way to segue from a Pizza Monster to waffles.
No, it's fine.
So this was a rejected song title from that they actually considered?
So Danny Sexbang, the lead singer of Ninja Sex Party, aka Dan Avedon, is one of the 2 guys who host Game Grumps, which is an internet let's play comedy show, and he hosts that with Aaron Hansen. And a couple years ago, and Ninja Sex Party is a comedy band, I should say, for people who are not familiar with NSP. But and a couple years ago, they were doing an episode and talking about random things, and Danny brought up the fact that he had a book full of rejected song titles of NSP songs, and he was just reading them on the show, and they were laughing at them because they were funny song titles. But the reason they became rejected or unused is that he couldn't really think of how to make a song that was a full song based on just that one joke title. Like the title itself is funny, but like it doesn't really go beyond that.
I run into this with the ridiculous rap suggestions that I get, is that a lot of the suggestions are funny in and of themselves, but sometimes there's just not enough material to make a whole song out of, even a short song like I tend to do with these. And my monitor keeps cutting out for some reason.
Yeah, and that's basically what the idea was. Like they had a lot of there were really funny ones, but I mean there's a clip. Like if you go looking online on YouTube for NSP rejected song titles, Smash Tunes has done an animation for it, and there's like a little highlight clip of that section where you can hear a bunch of them. People have clipped it out of the episode, so you can hear just those things. And actually, Smash Tunes, because he did an animated of it, that's where the single cover, I Bet I Can Eat More Waffles Than You, came from.
Oh, okay.
That's an image that he drew. He actually animated their video for It's Bedtime recently from their new album. But the actual song title, they say, is I Bet I Can Eat More Pancakes Than You. And I was like, that's a really great song title, but I want to actually turn that into a real song that has possibilities still, even beyond the title. But I'm going to change it a little bit. Number one, to make it more me. And number two, just so that I can kind of separate it a little bit from them. But I knew I wanted to do an NSP pastiche, and I wanted to do that song title. And for me, Waffles are just funnier. Waffles is my go-to comedy word ever since high school. I just you have comedy words sometimes where you just say it like spatula or whatever.
Yeah.
It's a funny word to throw into a situation. It's a goofy word in and of itself. And I used to say waffles and waffle iron all the time just to fill in the blanks of certain things. So waffles is my go-to comedy word. That's why my cat is named Waffles.
Yes.
Ironically, I didn't name my cat Waffles. Sarah did. But yeah, so I decided to change it to Waffles because I thought that opened up a little bit more comedy possibility in the song too. And I knew I wanted to because I love, honestly, waffles are the most excellent breakfast food. And so yeah, it became let's take this rejected song title and turn it into an NSP pastiche, since I've been obsessed with the band lately.
You have been, yes.
you say it like that. Try living with me.
Oh, gee, you think.
Too bad
I have to
Sarah's not
agree
on the
with
show.
you
She'd probably be
that
punching you.
For me, following bacon, of course, yeah, waffles is my favorite breakfast food. There seems to be like a weird thing where like mainly thing. I mean, I know this is fast food and all, but it's like McDonald's and stuff. It's like all of a sudden they were like, hey, here's this cool new thing. It's like we have the breakfast menu is now available 24 hours a day. Isn't that great? And I'm just going like, can I get burgers during the breakfast time? No, it's like, call me when I can get burgers during the breakfast time. I don't like breakfast food. I'm not that into it like everyone else seems to be. So
I love breakfast food.
But yeah,
I do not like anything that McDonald's offers and on their breakfast menu.
Not even a McGriddle?
Mostly because I don't like eggs. So
not even a McGriddle?
Yeah, not really. No.
McGriddles are magical.
Yeah.
They're it's got that pocket of maple syrup in the bun, and it's just I can't eat any of that shit anymore because I'm slowly dying on the inside. But McDonald's, it's fine. They got rid of the 24-hour breakfast, by the way. That was only up until March, and then the pandemic hit, and they got rid of it. However, Luke, if you want burgers for breakfast, that's Burger King's whole campaign right now. Burger King.
Yeah,
they're like,
I have known that
given
for
up.
years.
We're not thinking of sandwiches or French toast sticks anymore. We just, fuck it. Let's just do the regular menu in the morning too. Burgers for breakfast. Have at it, you fat asshole.
Well, I discovered. I mean, I knew about Burger King, but when I was going to work at Cartoon Network, the Del Taco, oddly enough, actually has some burger type stuff on their menu, and they're open 24 hours a day. So I was getting Del Taco burgers for breakfast for a while, and then I discovered their 2 for $5 spicy grilled chicken burritos, and I was like, okay, those are better. So,
but anyway, back to the
yeah,
song. The music for this track was actually done by Bone Cage.
Okay.
Bone Cage did the music for this, and he didn't do it specifically for this. I contacted him a while ago about doing some songs, like wanting to do some tracks, and he's like, I have all these instrumentals. Take a listen to this batch of instrumentals that I have, and let me know which one you like, and then I'll set it aside for you, because I do this for other artists too. He works with a lot of nerdcore hip-hop artists on YouTube now, and so he's working with a lot of different people and doing a lot of different music for them. So he's like, here's this batch of stuff. Let me know what you're interested in. And I hadn't started working on the song yet, but I knew I wanted to. And this instrumental track, which was called Mitch Murder, which is actually kind of a solo artist who does kind of this synthwave kind of stuff on Bandcamp. He named this track Mitch Murder, which is the name of that artist. And it's really reminded me of the old NSP sound. Their new sound on the past couple albums, this most recent album and the album before, is done by this band called TWRP, which used to stand for Tupperware Remix Party until Tupperware asked them not to. So they're called Twerp. They're a band from the future, but they're also from the 80s, and they're also from Canada. They're NSP's touring band, and they're now the band that plays the backing tracks for them. In the original days, of Ninja Sex Party, their first couple albums, it was just Ninja Brian on keyboards, Danny playing bass, and then like random studio musicians they could get if they could get them.
Yeah.
But mostly it was just programmed into the keyboard that Brian was doing. So I kind of wanted that synth sound to the song, and this was an awesome backing track for it. And I was like, this works perfectly. Give me this one. This is like, even the chorus was kind of like how I envisioned the chorus in my head as it was. So I'm like, this is perfect. I'll take that one. And you know, he let me use the track, and I finally got the track written for this project when I wanted to do the EP for the backers. And that's that. I'm still working on the specific backers songs for the damn Reviewsicles project, but this one I got out of the way, and I'm finishing up the Reviewsicles backers projects. I know there are people out there who might be listening who are wondering about that. It's getting done. I'm just letting you know it's happening.
That was creepy.
Thanks.
Yeah, and you really, I mean, yeah, Bone Cage did an amazing job, but it's like you really give this mission accomplished. You achieved the Ninja Sex Party pastiche. It's like the lyrics, you know, the lyrics are along those lines. Your vocals are along those lines. Just the gags. My favorite lyric in the song, I think, is.
Yeah.
yeah, that was really one I wanted. I had to put in there too, because I really felt like that seemed like a Danny kind of gag and a gag. I didn't mean the pun, but did. But yeah, I wanted to do that, especially the backing vocals. Like the backing vocals was really kind of the Oz that I do in the background was really kind of, I'm definitely like trying to hone in and emulate the kind of backing vocals that Danny does on their songs, especially the early ones. And there's something he does in his vocal register on things like the Cool Patrol album and after, where it's like it hits a high note, but it almost sounds like he's screaming, but he's still in pitch.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to try to do that, but I couldn't really get my voice to do that, so I ended up not. But it still has that air of sounding like NSP. And the folks on Patreon actually got the chance to hear this last month. And so they all got to hear this early too, as well as the backers. And Kyle listened to it, and Kyle actually gave me some feedback on it. He said he loved it, but I accidentally uploaded a version where I wasn't really singing on key in the first verse. So people got that version, and I'm like, well, just call that a demo. It's fine. And we've corrected the vocals on this, and Kyle actually told me some really nice things about this song. He says it's in his top 5 songs of mine. And I'm like,
wow.
Shit,
Nice.
That's high praise. Thank you.
Yes.
So, you know, I've been excited to have this song come out for everybody else. And so far, 2 comments on the FuMP. Yay.
Well, that's the FuMP for you. Nobody goes to the website
That's by
anymore,
who?
so.
By these 2 gentlemen.
Hey.
And only after I asked Luke to do one. But and a couple on Twitter, Fifth Sister Lauren Beckett, which I don't think Beckett is actually her last name, but Lauren, the Fifth Sister, who's a nerdcore adjacent artist, gave me some lovely comments on it and stuff. So it's been very nice. I've been really, really proud of this song and been waiting for people to hear it and actually give feedback on it. So trying to do a music video for it. Sarah got a stuffed waffle maker for Christmas, and yes, that's getting used.
A stuffed waffle maker? Like you can put stuff inside the waffle?
Yeah. So when the song came out, I posted a picture on Instagram and Twitter and such of an actual waffle I was having on my birthday. It was a waffle stuffed with fried apples.
Okay.
And
Wow.
the waffle maker makes Belgian waffles, but like you can also make stuffed waffles. You put a little bit of batter in, you put whatever filling you want in it. So if you want chicken and waffles, you can put bits of chicken strips in there, and then you put in more batter over top of that, and you do it like a normal waffle press, and it comes out freaking amazing. It's thick Belgian waffles filled with stuff.
I'm
Maybe
trying to think
there
of
could
what
be a Scooter Picnic jam about next level chicken stuffed waffles.
Yes. Let's combine all of our songs.
I'm trying to think
Or
of
just
what I
all
would
of
want
ours.
to stuff a waffle with, because I love waffles, but I don't like a lot of the fruit stuff they tend to put on it. So I tend to just do syrup and sometimes whipped cream, and that's
Well,
it.
yeah, but that's the beauty of it. Like, you can do it. You can just fill it with like if you don't like
Cheerios or
fruit stuff
whatever.
like jam, or you can like they had a Nutella filled one on like
Yeah, I can't
it
do
lists
that,
all
I'll
the different
die.
ones. That's right, you can't do Nutella. I've already but it lists all the ones on the box for it. But like you can do like chocolate. You like I said, the chicken and waffles is one I want to try.
Chocolate is
Mhm.
interesting. I might like that.
And like you can do like sandwich waffles.
I
with
suppose
it, you
ice
know?
cream won't work.
Ice cream won't work. You're right. Because it'll be just wet soup.
Yeah, because I do love
So-
like those waffle sundaes where they put a waffle and then scoops of ice cream on it. Those
Oh yeah,
are good.
they're the
Yes.
best. But yeah, this is the good stuff. So I'm actually going to be making a music video for it. I went out and got wigs to look like Danny Sexbang,
Nice.
and I'm going to be posting whether or not I should do the short hair Danny Sexbang or the long hair Danny Sexbang, because it is an early era NSP song. And then there's the other songs on the album. The second song is a song called Ninja Brian, which is a parody of Time After Time by Cyndi Lauper. And this was based on a tweet by Ninja Sex Party. Ninja Brian, actually runs the NSP Twitter. And he posted on Twitter last April, if you're lost, you can look and you will find him, Ninja Brian. He will be waiting, Ninja Brian. And I went, yes, I'm writing that song. And I did. And that became the second track. And then the third track, the hidden track, is a dramatic reading of the Ninja Sex Party song Sex Training. It is
Nice.
not just a straight cover, it is a dramatic reading of the song. And when I put it up on Spotify and everything, I left that track off. So that track is exclusive to the Bandcamp version, as is my B-side collection, Demented Access Memory Nodes, is exclusive to Bandcamp with the cover of my Freeze Ray. It's only on Bandcamp. It's not on the Spotify, iTunes versions.
Cool. So yeah,
So-
best of luck with the new EP. It's really cool.
Thank you.
And because it is on topic, I demand to see Waffles.
Yeah.
I demand to see Waffles.
Yeah.
Waffles.
You mean the cat, not
Yes.
not this. You don't not these
I want to
waffles.
see the Waffles kitty. I want
Okay,
to see the
I'll-
Waffles kitty.
He's in the other room. I'll see if I can get him.
Okay.
Hang on a second. Talk amongst yourselves.
Okay.
Here's a topic. The bare naked ladies are neither bare naked nor ladies. Discuss.
This is the Waffle song. It isn't very long. I'm gonna sing it while Ian gets the Waffles cat. This is the Waffle song. It isn't very long. It's a parody that is really, really bad. Waffles, waffles, waffles. Yay!
Okay, here's Waffles. He's very
Yay!
sleepy. He was asleep on the couch and he's wondering what is happening.
Hi,
Daddy,
Waffles.
why are you shouting in my face? He's a very
Aw.
sleepy boy, but long cat is long.
So what was Sarah's point of origin to name the cat Waffles? Was that Invader Zim or just the fact that she likes waffles?
I think it's the fact that she likes waffles.
Ah.
She and I have waffles for breakfast. Not the cat food. We have waffles for breakfast most weekends, actually. So it's a thing that we share. We like waffles a lot, and thought, why not
Well,
name him Waffles? Because he's orange like a waffle, and tends to be flat like a waffle.
And if he joins you for breakfast, then you are, in a sense, having waffles for breakfast. He is a guest there.
Yes,
As
we
well
have a
as-
song, Waffles the
There.
cat, Waffles the cat. He is a waffle, but he is not flat. But he tends to flatten out sometimes. He sploots himself.
He looks so thrilled when you were doing
He's
that.
so tired. He's a sleepy boy. But here's the
Aw.
thing. Waffles is a bag of dicks and wakes us up at 5 a.m. And so he bothers us for food. That's a claw in my nipple. He wakes us up for food. I'm laughing because I can see you guys laughing. He wakes us up for food at 5 a.m. and then sleeps through the rest of the day. So we pick him up and we wake him up in the morning, in the evening when he's trying to sleep, so that it's only fair.
Yes.
Did Abby teach him the waking up at 5 a.m. thing?
Yeah, well, I think Abby taught him the loud noises. Abby taught him the wandering. I'm letting him run back to the thing now. Abby taught him the wandering around the house, meowing into the best areas that make it echo.
That's cool.
Waffles is even noisier than her. He's very, very talkative. If it gets to food time, he will let you know. And now I'm covered in cat hair. Just all sorts of cat hair.
Cat hair.
I didn't used to have this problem as a dog owner, and now I've become a cat dad.
Cat dad.
I'm trying so hard not to write a song called Cat Dad. I'm trying so hard.
Oh, just do it.
I'm failing at trying, but it might happen.
All right. So anything else you want to talk about or anything you want to plug?
Yeah, I do a Patreon where I put out new videos every single week. I did that last year. Last year I put out a new video every week, and I think I ended up doing 52 new videos.
Nice.
Might have been maybe about 50. I might have missed a week or two because 2020. But I ended up doing a new video just about every week, and I do a new song a month on Patreon as well. I took a couple months off last year because, again, 2020, but I'm trying to get back onto that now. Like I said, this song and the Ninja Brian song went to my Patreons last month. This month, the song isn't finished yet, but it will hopefully be done by the time of the end of the month, if not sooner. And trying to do a new song every single month on there. Plus, I released 4 albums last year.
Yes, you did. They're all in the spreadsheet.
4 albums. 3 of them came out in July. So I released my live album, live from FuMPFest 2019, called Just a Pasty White Dude in Shorts. I put out a B-side collection called Demented Access Memory Nodes, which is hitting Spotify soon. I put out, finally, after 6 years, the Reviewsicles album. And I released the Ninja Sex Party tribute album, Above the Covers, which is a various artists compilation that I produced, but I also have technically 5 tracks on. Because I did my cover, I did a Scooter Picnic cover, and I recorded the intro, intermission, and outro as well as the producer. And I can also be heard on Devo Spice's track as one of the background singers with Luke.
Yep.
Yay!
So I'm on that. I'm all over that damn album. But yeah, that's all that stuff. But yeah, if you want to support me on Patreon so I can help me make more videos and get all sorts of cool exclusives like demos and commentary tracks and making of stuff, that is at patreon.com/insaneian. Or you can just see the videos when they come out every Friday on my YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/insaneian. Like I said, however, with Patreon, you get to see them early, as well as getting exclusive songs and exclusive other things. I'm trying to set up a Discord to do things. I set one up, but I'm not great with Discord. So we'll see like what other fun things I can do with that. But yeah, join in with Patreon. It helps me out as a person who can't perform live currently.
Yes. All right, cool. So let's do some feedback.
Making the internet absolutely ridiculous. Dementia Radio.
www.dementiaradio.org. Port 8027.
Please hang up and try again.
This is the part where there's feedback.
Feedback.
Feedback. You know that segment of the show we do about now?
Feedback. Feedback.
Feedback.
Feedback. Devo Spice wrote, that's me. Correction, it was A-Log Show, which has the year-end countdown, not Wacky Ben's. I had 4 songs on the Whacked Out 40, Zoom meeting at 37, Old Source Code at 12, Everything is Canceled at 10, and WAPC at 1. So thank you for that, A-Log. Yeah, and just calling it the Whacked Out 40 and Wacky Ben is where my brain made the brain fart. So that's all the only feedback we got from last week.
The only feedback was your correction.
Me. Yes.
Teasing. He's a teasing kind of guy. And I have a jingle. Yeah.
Tomorrow's song is by Steve Goody. And Tuesday's song is by a new artist. So you're going to have to wait for that one. And next week's Spotify playlist is the FuMP's Best of 2020. I just recreated the album in Spotify because all the songs are currently available. So I figured, why not?
Hooray. At some point, my albums need to be put on Spotify.
Yes, they should.
Yeah, we both know a really easy way to do it because we both use the same thing.
Which is Songcast?
Yeah, Songcast.
Okay.
All right. Gothsicles are at the gothsicles.bandcamp.com. Ian, plug yourself one more time.
Insaneian.bandcamp.com to find all 4 albums that I put out last year. Well, 3 albums and this EP that just came out. nsptribute.bandcamp.com to get the 4th one that came out last year. My Patreon is patreon.com/insaneian. And of course, my YouTube is youtube.com/insaneian. I'm at over 5,000 subscribers now.
Nice.
I'd like to hit 10,000 subscribers this year and higher. 100,000 would be awesome, but I'm not expecting that. But 10,000 subscribers would allow me to put merch on my YouTube pages. So that'd be nice.
Cool.
Help me out.
All right, let's get out of here. Thank you for listening to the Funny Music Podcast. I'm Devo Spice.
I'm Luke Ski.
And I'm also here.
Thank you for listening to the Funny Music Podcast. You can listen live every Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific at DementiaRadio.org and join us in the chat. Or subscribe to the podcast feed. Look us up on iTunes and be sure to leave us a review. Feedback for the show can be sent to info@thefump.com. The Funny Music Podcast is a production of Fidem Interactive, LLC, released under a Creative Commons share-alike license. Tell your friends. Tell your enemies. Shout it to random people on the street. And be sure to visit thefump.com for the latest funny songs. Tune in next week where you'll hear Luke Ski say,
I'm just a bill. Yeah, I'm only a bill. And I'm sitting here on Capitol.
That was fun to watch.